I went out for basketball that year. See, God has a sense of humor. He gave me a footballer's body, but He gave me a love for basketball. I love basketball. I love it. My favorite player at the time was Magic Johnson. My friends hated playing horse with me because I'd make them sing the 7-Up song. Feeling 7 Up. You got to sing the song when you make the layup. They hated playing horse with me. And that year as a freshman, I won an amazing distinction. I became the first person to ever accomplish this in Eudora. You can check Eudora basketball history. I was the first person to ever be kicked off the team for lack of ability. I was number one. Now that might sound okay, but you have to remember there was only about 12 people that went out for basketball. It was a small school. But here's what makes it even more incredible. We had just suffered through 2.5 years of losing. We were in Sports Illustrated as one of the worst high school basketball teams at the time. How bad did I have to be to get kicked off that team? I was horrible. It was so hard to go home that night and tell my mom and dad that I got kicked off. That was so hard. But my dad had taught me to be tough and don't quit. And that would have been easy to never pick up another basketball. The coach of one of the worst teams in high school at the time, who'd suffered through 2.5 years of absolute losing, we were 0-43, had told me I wasn't worth anything. It wasn't worth spending his time on me. But I'd been taught to get tough. I'd been taught not to quit. So I'd lay in bed at night, I'd take my basketball, and I'd lay there and I'd throw that ball up into the ceiling. I'd practice my shot. I'd keep a shovel with me. And when it got cold and there was snow on the ground, me and my friend Keith Davis, we would be known to shovel off the park, the key around the park, so we could shoot baskets. And it came time for basketball my sophomore year. The same gentleman was coach. What voice do you think I heard when I walked out on the court that first time? What do you think I heard? How hard do you think it was to go out there again? But I made the team. I didn't play varsity, but I made the junior varsity team that year. Now, some people would look and say, well, you didn't get to play varsity. That's your definition of success. I'd been told the year before I was worthless. But this year, I made the team. My junior year, I went out again, and the same gentleman was our coach. And my junior year, I played varsity for the gentleman. I was the first guard off the bench. My senior year, I won basketball awards. And I finished my basketball career on Allen Fieldhouse floor, playing with Freeman West, Kurt Wagner, Alonzo Jameson, Calvin Rayford, the 91-92 team. Now, I wasn't on the team. We played pickup games. I was their tutor. But if I wouldn't... Exactly. I didn't know that. Freeman West and I had met in a geology class. He introduced himself to me. And I got to be his tutor in geology. So I got to meet a lot of his roommates and his friends. And over the course of time, they'd have me come down and we'd shoot baskets at Allen. And for me, that was like walking into a cathedral. But if I would have quit, if I would have never picked up another basketball, would I have ever had that experience? See, when we're met with difficulty, and these voices in our head tell us things, we have to be determined. We have to be obstinate in our approach. We have to have hope that things can be different. And I want to leave you today with a new definition of hope. It's one I've worked on a little bit. Hope is the purposeful determination to believe that something good is coming in spite of all the evidence to the contrary. Hope is the purposeful determination to believe that something good is coming in spite of all the evidence to the contrary. I had to believe that I could get back out there on the basketball court. And even when I was told no, I had to be determined enough, purposeful enough, to believe that I could hear a different voice. And I had to be willing to try again.